Hi guys. I promised a flip through of my scavenger hunt book, and so we're going to do that today. I'm going to just try to tell you what I used. Obviously, my label is all of my little numbers for my pages. I used washi tape throughout lots of different places. This was a soup label. Oh, I don't remember what that was called. It was a random useless fact, I think is what that was. We needed a candy wrapper, which there's a couple of candy wrappers, and a vegetable label. We had to use Post-it notes. We had to have something snarky, and we had to have a cartoon or comic, as I can't remember what she called it. But I had lots of snarky comments, so I put them all on little Post-it notes. And then the cartoon was also kind of snarky. It was, now who do I throw this at? Which I thought was very cute. Then we had to have a greeting card, and this is an old one that my mom made. And we had to have a puzzle, which I took a puzzle piece and added a puzzle and then made it into a tag so that it could be used like a tag. And I believe we had to have a matchbook, so I used my accordion matchbook from another project, and I'm just tucking it in behind there, which I had to have a pocket, so that was a pocket. We had to have many game cards this time. So I have an Old Maid card, I have some Monopoly pieces, and I have a Clue card. That was 3 of several games. We had to do a tip-in, so I did a tip-in and I again used washi tape. We had to have jelly prints, and I have jelly prints throughout this book. We had to have a menu, which that's what I tipped in, was a big menu. We had to have wrapping paper, canceled postage, and this was Never Have I Ever. And I found some Christmas Never Have I Ever. It says, Never have I ever peeked at my gifts before Christmas. Regifted a Christmas present. Pulled an all-nighter wrapping gifts. Things like that. So that was my Never Have I Ever. I think this was a page of shapes using a stamp. Circles might have been, so I used I did multiple prompts with that. Had to use a coffee filter, had to have a coffee stained page, had to put in, I'm not sure which one this one is, maybe oh, this is a grocery store receipt. We had to use a tea bag, a button, more washi tape. This is, I'm not sure exactly which ones these are right now. I know this is the acrylic skin. I put it underneath this little piece. Oh, scrap from the trash can is what this one is. This one is a ransom note, which it says, "Leave me alone." And these are leaves that was in the scrap bin. Like I said, that little black piece right there was my acrylic skin. And again, there's a jelly print behind it. We had to have a map page, and there's this one, and there's another larger one in the back. We had to have some book paper, book page, things like that. We had to have fortune cookie fortunes. This is Tetris. I drew the Tetris and made it with paint chips. Had to have a postcard. In here is several things. I have another postcard that was sent to me. I have a paper doll, and this is a bingo card because, like I said, there was a lot of games in this year's list. We had to have a cat page. We had to have Scrabble tiles, and I used these little cards that were from a Scrabble card game. So there's that. I had to do something with fingerprints, so I drew cats with my fingerprints. I had to use stickers, and here's some more stickers. Oops, that's better than one page. Had to have snack packaging, foil, stencil, and feather. So this is a popcorn package. So we had to have a page of hearts. We had to again use a stencil. We had to have glitter. We had to splatter paint. I think that's all that one was. We had to have an envelope, and so I created an envelope with origami because that was another thing. And in here is my Dear Diary page. We had to use foil, and I wanted to use it again, which again is snack packaging. This is my gnomes. We had to use an old used envelope, which that one came in the mail with this fib art in it, which is another postcard that came from Lisa. So we had to have an old news article. So I had a sheet of New York Times front page, and this article about children was in it. And then we had to have children. So that's children and article from the past. More games. This is Pictionary, categories, and dominoes. Had to use a telephone book page, have it use an old photo, and this is a napkin. This I really think this came out fun. I'm really pleased with this one. We had so many games, and there was a point where I didn't have the actual game cards, so I had to go on the internet and print out pictures and things like that. But I wanted to do something with them that wasn't just sticking them in my book. So I have Taboo, Yahtzee, Sorry, Candyland. And then when you open this, this is a Yahtzee score sheet. And these are my checkers. And in here, I have Sorry cards, Taboo cards. I have the Chinese checkers game board and regular checkers game board. So I accomplished a lot of the games right there to sort of finish out the games. And this is, we also had to use a door, and this is my door to my game cupboard. We had to draw an art supply, use string, use makeup, and the only makeup I had was nail polish, so that's what I used. Again, this is a jelly plate print, and we had to use watercolor, and this happened to be some watercolor splotches that I put on that paper, and so I used my watercolor. Then we had to paint with the marble, and it didn't go so well, but the marble, I had to actually paint with the marble, which was fun. And then this is a little type of scroll. We had to use ribbon somewhere. And this little scroll is my text messages from Mom. And they're kind of snarky. So I sort of have snarky in more than one place. This page over here, we had to do some calligraphy and do an illuminated letter, and then we also had to illustrate a quote. Now, this children back here somewhere, wherever my children is, sort of illustrates the quote, but it's not really illustrating it, so I wanted to illustrate the quote. And this says, "Perfumes are the feelings of the flowers." So I have illuminated letter, calligraphy, and an illustrated quote. We also had to use a napkin, and I used the napkin in a couple of places, there and here. We had to use sprays, and so I sprayed a paper to make it look sort of like the sky, and then I painted my rainbow, which we had to have a rainbow. And then we had to have a monochromatic purple coloring book page. We had to have those three things: monochromatic, purple, and coloring book. And so I took the coloring book and painted it with real light layers of purple, and then painted darker layers over it to create the monochromatic type page. We also had to have a demand notice. So I am your studio floor, and I demand that you stop piling stuff on me. So that's what my demand notice. This is just another book page, and we had to have a map page, and that's a nice big map page. So that is my scavenger hunt 2022. Now I put all of my prompts back here, and these are the pages where you find those prompts. So that is my scavenger hunt 2022. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much.